Welcome to our series of Chinese horror movies explained. In a country where horror movies are heavily regulated and censored, filmmakers need to find clever ways to get around regulations. And in this series, we explore how they did it. If you like this and are interested in seeing more, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you know of a Chinese horror movie you want us to look at, leave a comment below. And an obvious warning, but this is pretty much a spoiler-filled video. Watch at your own peril. In this episode, we go back to 2017 and look at Ghost in Barbers. Now, I've spelt the title wrong because for some odd reason the filmmaker added an apostrophe in Barbers. This movie is directed by my favourite Chinese horror movie director, Shilei Lu, the genius behind many movies we've already looked at. And since this director seems to work with the same actors, this one stars Abby Yin from every modern horror movie ever made, such as Haunted Cinema 2 and The Bride with Painted Skin, Qing'an, who is also in Haunted Cinema 2, Sung-goo Kang, and Jiamin Chen, who are both from the Haunted Dormitory series of movies. But specifically, I want to highlight two additional actors in this film. Shilei Lu, who makes a cameo appearance at the start during the plate ghost ceremony. She's from Haunted Graduation Photo. And one of my favourites, Al John Kai. This guy has played bit roles in more horror movies than I can poke a stick at, but in this film, he plays a much larger role than normal. So getting this out of the way early, this is from Film Moon Studios. If you've paid attention to previous videos in this series, Film Moon is famous for their face-off movies, where the characters are wearing the face of ghosts. Will this movie have the same ending? Let's find out. First off, I love the premise of this movie. It's so stupid, it's not hard to love it. This movie is set in a big barber salon, which also doubles up as a hotel located in a mountainous village. Yes, a barber salon that's a hotel. I'd love to see what the room service is like here. The movie opens up with a poacher running through the forest. A scary looking ghost is chasing him. He makes it to the barbershop/hotel and things just get worse for him. The female owner offers him a haircut, in the middle of the night mind you, then dresses back up as the ghost and brutally murders him, especially with this awesome modified hairdryer. In regards to horror movie intros, this is pretty awesome. But it was a dream. Lalma awakes and walks down into the barber salon where his apprentice explains why there's blood on the floor and why there's all these strange tools, like the killer blow dryer, lying around. He's confused, but accepts the fact that he probably did it. Nudge nudge, wink wink, if you know what I mean. We are then witness to a typical scene in these types of Chinese horror movies, the plate ghost ceremony, where they call Bixian, the pen fairy, to help communicate with the dead. Most of the movies we will look at in this series include a scene like this, or they're just flat out about the pen fairy. In this scene, we meet Jiamin, our main character. She wants to use Bixian to make contact with her mother. And while some spooky stuff does happen to her here, we know that this is a Chinese horror movie and ghosts aren't allowed, which is why one of her horrible friends has dressed up as a ghost to scare them. Jiamin is planning to visit her dad, who, as you've probably guessed, is the owner of the barbershop. She wants to introduce her dad to her boyfriend, Chen, who we first see having sex with another woman, Lin Na, while ignoring her phone call. Yes, our two carryover cast members from the director's other series, Haunted Dormitory, are having an affair behind Xiaoman's back. In an utter move of stupidity, Chen has invited his lover to come and stay with them under the guise of her doing an art project. But she doesn't pack lightly, so her obsessed little crush, Wang Xiaozi, tags along as well. This poor bugger is hoping to get a bit of nookie, but little does he know. Anyway, now that all this annoying story part is out of the way, let's get to the killing.
你住楼上。
下去吧。
A man referred to as Tattoo Man is also staying in the hotel. He is a poacher, and Lao Ma hates poachers. Reason? Well, it's because his wife, Xiaoman's mother, was killed by a poacher when she tried to stop them from hunting in the mountains. She was left to die, and her body was discovered by the boy who is now the apprentice. In the hotel, there is a room that everybody is forbidden from entering. So you know where that's going to lead to, right? Major plot point. If a movie like this could have major plot points. The spooky stuff starts to happen. First to Li Na, who hears the spooky sounds coming from the locked room. And then poor desperate bastard Xiao Zhe succumbs to the barbershop ghost after a mysterious gust of wind makes a mess in his room. From now on, the director just keeps pumping the scary stuff out. From bloody water taps to mysterious mannequins to unexplained haircuts to Li Na, the ghost is out and ready to hunt. Bloody handprints appear in a mirror. Each handprint represents a person who is still in the hotel. Some awesome acting begins as Li Na and the apprentice explore their full range of frightened emotions in a scene punctuated by a ridiculously loud and violent thunderstorm.
有什么可怕的？
要是那个鬼就在我们中间呢？
说什么呢，丫头？这世上哪来的什么鬼？
有没有鬼？你心里最清楚。
There's also some great translations on offer in this scene too. One by one, the cast of characters left goes missing, in the order of their bloody handprints on the mirror. And while it seems like the cast is getting murdered here, in reality, that's not what happens. Although, the blood seems real. I did enjoy this scene when Lina and Tattoo Man play Bobby for apples, as the barber ghost hunts down Tattoo Man. And it is here where we are witness to our first revelation. Tattoo Man was responsible for her death, and she wants revenge. But remember, this is a full moon movie. She's already dead, and ghosts don't exist. So what's going on here? Well, in order to really understand what's happening in the film, we need to go into the locked forbidden room. Inside this room, which is more like a tomb, is a casket and a photo wall shrine. It's where the body of Xiaoman's mother is located, along with a series of clothes and a piglet toy. Nice to see the director getting a Winnie the Pooh reference past the censors there. After Ah Cheng is dragged into the casket, Xiaoman finds a way inside and discovers a basement. Tell me this, how the heck do you hide a massive basement like this from the second floor of a building and make its entrance a casket? This is a movie, moving on. In the basement is where all is revealed. Everyone is still alive, tied up, while the barber ghost interrogates them. The ghost starts dropping truth bombs everywhere, exposing the love game going on, while also terrorizing the apprentice for leaving her dead body in the forest. Astute viewers will notice a few people missing in this scene. Lao Ma the dad and Xiao Zhe, the obsessed guy. And astute viewers have probably also worked out what's going on here. Xiaoman confronts the ghost with a hunting rifle, and it's here where they take off the ghost's mask and uncover Xiao Zhe. You knew this was going to be another Scooby-Doo mask-off movie, didn't you? I love the fact that no one can recognize his voice as he was terrorizing them. But I digress. After they yell at him for a bit, he reveals the truth. The barber ghost came to him while he was painting and made him an offer to help him get revenge on Lina and Ah Cheng. Let that sink in. The ghost made him an offer and he just accepted it. The things we do for love.
我不知道那天晚上我在画画，突然一个鬼出现在我旁边，他说他可以帮我报复你们，他让我扮成他的样子，要不他杀了我们。
Things start going crazy in the basement. especially with mannequin heads, and some more scares and overexcited music kicks in. Everyone escapes the basement, and too shit scared to sleep in their rooms, they all stay together in the barber shop. Jiamin awakes to see her friends chained up and the barber ghost, armed with a cutthroat blade, about to attack them. But then she asks a naive and innocent question.
你是妈妈吗？我是小马啊。
Hilariously, the ghost mysteriously starts choking. And then the mental illness avenue kicks in. The father has a split personality where he's able to cast his voice to sound exactly like his wife, and then the second face-off reveal occurs. Barber Ghost is Dad, but I bet you saw that coming from the start. I love the father character in this movie. Not only does he have an awesome smile, but a great husky voice, which really makes it impossible for me to believe he was able to sound so feminine.
看着我笑，他笑我技术没长进。
So where does this movie fit in the Chinese horror movie pecking order? Well, it's just a throwaway attempted slasher with a typically good-looking cast and that awful, horrible, ear-piercing ADR that we've come to expect from Film Moon Productions. Most of the time, the characters aren't even lip-syncing the correct lines.
会发火的。
好了好了，宝贝儿，我知道错了，你别生气了。女人生气很容易老的。虽然你有美少女基因，底子好，可也经不住你这样大手大脚的去浪费啊。
Should you watch it? Hell yeah. Believe it or not, there's a decent portion of the movie I haven't spoken about that could be fun to discover for yourself. Finding it to watch though could be an issue if you can't read Chinese, so I'll try to add some accessible links in the video description if I can find them. Well, that's Ghost in Barbers. We've got more Shilei Lu movies left to dissect, and in our next episode, it's his latest film, Midnight Melody. Even though it's from Film Moon, it's something a little different and quite entertaining, if for the wrong reasons. Subscribe to ensure you get an alert when it comes out. Thanks for watching.